Good evening, meteorologist Dean Davison, the Weather Pros, liveweatherblogs.com. We're taking a look at the next few days into next week, potential storms coming um, along the East Coast, and you'll see we have the national map up. I'm going to show you how these things go. Chicago, we'll talk about if they get snow. We'll talk about how the East Coast and the Midwest will have the weather in the next few days. So, this is our current look, and we can see here that the rain is moving off the coastline. Now, the interesting part about this is that it's actually going to stall a little bit and try to get a coastal low developed. So that coastal low would cause some snow showers in Norfolk, parts of North Carolina, parts of southern New Jersey, parts of Boston, as it moves off the coastline into on Friday. Into Saturday, we see high pressure built in. The troughing comes down, and you can see a low pressure going through Canada. Nothing big there. Okay, so now we're watching in February 8th. So we have a low pressure system up in the area of Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. It's going to dive south. We have a low pressure system developing off the coast of Carolinas. As you see, Chicago does get in a little bit on this. As the storm moves, initially it states that it moves away, but watch what happens on this model. It's very odd. You start to see here, this gets thrown out to sea, but you see that troughing here and the vortex come across, and you get, okay, we're getting snow here, a little bit of rain. What's going on here? It looks like we're going to have a storm develop off the coastline. And that does, and I believe this is going to be further south a little bit. This is an 18Z run, and I'm a little questionable on that. The 12Z had it down here and had more snowfall throughout. But that being said, snow would occur as this thing moves out. So we're on the 10th. We are in cold air, sunk into the area, and we're starting to look for another system. This is going to occur. Here comes another storm system coming out of the upper plains, high pressure on the East Coast. So this thing slides as a cold front through the area. Now what happens there is we get a stalled out area to the west, and that's showing some icing in southern Tennessee. So what do we get there? A new low pressure system along the Gulf Coast. This is showing widespread snowfall from anywhere from New Jersey, Virginia, back through Oklahoma, and icing area, a huge icing area to be exact, across that area. I think this is pretty, might be over, I don't know how far west it goes, but the low pressure will develop and give you a snow and ice issue here. Ice mainly from very far south Virginia back through parts of Alabama and Mississippi. Some snowfall here in Virginia and some more snowfall here in New Jersey up through Boston. So then we see three different lows here, which is pretty odd. I think we're going to have one low, takes over, and boom, here we go with a pretty good snowstorm coming. And I think this is, like I said, I think this model's a little off on how much moisture will be there. There's a lot of moisture there, but watch what happens when we move north. It just doesn't make sense that it disappears some of the moisture. The high pressure is way to the north, so I think there's more moisture going to be there, which will keep the moisture here in New Jersey and heavier all the way back through Virginia, kind of like our last storm did. And it would move up and away. And that's what I have so far. Another little streamer come across. So by no means we're not done this. We're not done this pattern of possible snow. We're gonna have a train of snowstorms possible here on the East Coast coming up. So we got to keep an eye on that. And the Euro is very supportive of a lot of what I've been talking about, where there's more moisture involved. So, but that's all for now. Meteorologist Dean Davison, the Weather Pros. Thanks for watching.